Okay, so I fucking hate human beings. We went to Pride this weekend. A few of us from here in San Marcos, Austin, and we we stayed in a hotel, and we had this who friend who wanted to go with us, and he's a straight guy who we've only known for like a month, and we're like, yeah, whatever, you can go, you're 21, you can get us a hotel, that's cool, blah blah, whatever. Well, actually he's 23, but he has to be 21 to get a hotel. And so we invited him to come along under the premise that, you know, like, whatever, you're kind of a cool guy, we've hung out a little bit. And he proceeded to just talk to us about everything on the drive there. Like, I know so much about his life now that I never wanted to know, ever. Like, irrelevant facts. And then the whole time we were there, he was talking about how he knew Dallas like the back of his hand, and, oh, this is his hood, and blah blah. By the way, this is like cis hetero white boy 101. And he proceeded to just be like a giant douche the whole way to the hotel. And we get to the hotel, and I went with him to pick up the room keys, and the hotel company allowed us to book 8 people to the room. Really was only supposed to do 6, and then he started bitching at the lady who told him that it was gonna be fine. She was like, oh, it's fine because we set it on the website, but I do have to let my manager know. And he's like, well, I booked it through y'all, and I booked it on your website, and blah blah blah, I'm a fucking douche. And then and I was just kind of like, whatever, we've been driving, he's probably just irritated. And we get up to the hotel room, right, and he's all like acting like he's our fucking dad or some shit. I don't know, like, you guys really, really have to be quiet. And then, you know, okay, it's already kind of like a little bit awkward for him, I guess, because he's never really had a whole bunch of gay friends or whatever, and he feels like the world's biggest fucking ally just because his brother is gay, which if either of my siblings acted like him, I'd punch the ever-living shit out of them. And he was talking about all sorts of shit, and then one of our friends, Razia, she has like this really cool like hipster style, whatever, and he was like, you look really straight, I wouldn't even think that you were a lesbian, I have friends who are girls who wear stuff like that all of the time. And are you fucking kidding me? And so anyway, he's just pulling shit like that left and right. And then he was like, we really need to be out of the hotel by 10, and then we need to go straight to Pride from 10. The streets don't even shut down in Dallas for Pride until noon, and Pride doesn't start until 2. So we were like, yeah, we're going to North Park Mall. Good joke. Good joke. And so we go to the mall, and then he's like, well, I'm going to get my laptop out of your car because I don't have time to waste to, you know, I have to do homework and blah, blah. And we were like, okay. So he's already excluded himself from the group by doing this. And he goes off, and he sits in the fucking food court for like 2.5 hours while we're all shopping around, doing all sorts of stuff, like going to Urban. I got this at Urban, by the way. So there's that. And then he just keeps on and on and on all fucking day. And he keeps talking about how he knows where he's going, and he knows where we're gonna go, blah, blah, blah. And I've been to Dallas, but I don't know it like the back of my hand, like, and I didn't have a map in my car, and so I was really, like, oh, I don't know where to go, I'm gonna follow Hannah, blah, 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 and then I lost Hannah on the way there, and so we're talking, and he just keeps talking about how, oh, well, if you'd have just told me that we were going to downtown Dallas, if you just told me that we're going to downtown Dallas, bitch, we're going to Pride, where the fuck you think we're going, like, the Upper East End, like, what the fuck? And then at Pride, he proceeds to stand away from everyone else, of his own volition, stands off to the motherfucking side, and then, like, doesn't talk to anyone the whole time, bitches about all sorts of shit, and then walks off by himself. He's just like, okay, well, I'm hungry, I'm gonna go get food. If y'all are gonna leave, just text me. Okay. So he walks off by himself. Apparently, like, some sort of shit kind of happens, and he breaks his fucking shoe. And then he comes back, and he starts bitching at us about how I broke my shoe, and blah blah, and I don't have my phone on me, which, okay, well, that's your own fucking fault. And he's like, I had to walk back in, like, 2 miles with bare feet. Yeah, must have been real fucking hard walking 2 miles barefoot on concrete in the, like, not even cold or hot. And then we get that, whatever. And then we're about to leave, and he is like, okay, well, we need to start walking back to the cars. And we're like, okay, well, we're gonna do something first. Like, Kendall has a friend who she wants to go talk to, and he just fucking walks off. Without his motherfucking cell phone, he just walks the fuck back to the Taco Bueno where we parked. I was like, okay. And then he pulled all sorts of shit. He was bitching about it. And then, so literally all he's been doing is, like, putting himself off, excluding himself from everyone else, not talking to everyone, not being sociable, not being polite, being fucking, like, misogynist, homophobic bullshit. And then whenever we get back to San Marcos, Hannah, being the nice woman that she is, gets out of the car and is like, I'm sorry that you didn't have fun, I really had fun, and blah blah, appreciate you coming and everything you did, blah blah. He proceeds to fucking tell her that she's a bitch, and for excluding him, which he did to himself, and then fucking, like, goes on and starts screaming at her in front of other people, in a fucking public parking lot, and is like, I really don't care if I ever see you again, and you're a bitch for excluding me. Okay, hetero cis white boy, like, yeah, you're gonna be fucking excluded going to gay pride with a bunch of fucking queers. Like, yeah, you're gonna be a little off the mark, sweetheart. So basically the point of this, like, 7.5 minute video is to tell you guys that I'm really happy that y'all aren't douchebags. And if I ever take y'all to pride, please don't be douchebags.